Okay, I'd like to start this video with the Gallina Negra. This is something that I do have personal experience with. This is a bath. It's used for cleansing all mal de ojo, like evil eye, all dark witchcraft, all malefic energies. It says here all to get rid of all obstacles, to advance, to progress in all that you want to advance and progress in your life. This is used to remove barriers. And this one in particular, like I said, is a bath. So you would just mix it with your bath water. But the concept of the Gallina Negra is to remove all obstacles and all malefic energies. I have here a Gallina Negra feather. It's not really customary to have. It's not required, but I got a hookup. I got a friend that has some, so he's letting me use it. I also have some Gallina Negra egg shells here. Gallina Negra means black hen, if I didn't already mention that. And what I use these for is for the same purpose, for cleansing, for removal of bad energy, and for any obstacle, really. And as you know, the egg is commonly used for the removal of a fever, for the removal of spiritual attachments and that sort of thing. But with the Gallina Negra, in my opinion, is even more potent than the average egg, because the Gallina Negra is a very, very powerful creature. For me, my personal experience with the Gallina Negra was to clean up health issues, to remove obstacles that were getting in the way of my health. And what I would do is I would place this little statue that I painted. It's really easy to get. I got it from like a hobby store. And I placed it on my altar with my workings for health to eliminate all attachments from my mind, body, and aura. And like clockwork, it works. That was dumb. But I would take the egg and I would rub it all over me, even just the egg shell, to absorb. That's not traditionally how it's done, but that's just what I did. Or I would put it in a candle and rub that candle all over me, put the eggshells in the candle, and inscribe what it is that I was trying to achieve. I would just use the black feather to kind of, just like a focal point, an homage to the black hen, and put it by the little statue. There's the implements right there. And the bath itself, just use for the same purpose, to cleanse the aura, to cleanse the body, and to soothe the mind. So I can swear by the black hen, by the Gallina Negra, to remove any evil eye, any health issues, or bad luck, or wrongdoings that another practitioner might have done to you. I can attest to the fact that the Gallina Negra, very, very powerful force, can work for you. And I also, of course, I have it on Santa Muerte's altar because it is a tool. So it's not like there's any kind of conflicting energies. It's almost kind of just like utilizing one of the many tools that people often have available to them on their altar. So that's the Gallina Negra, the black hen. Feel free to look it up online, but that has been my experience. Now, I want to show you something really funny. My son's really into unicorns, and he hung it on my aloe plant by my front door. And I found it really funny that when I was going to do this video, I found out that the unicorn is actually utilized in the Mexican folk practices. It's not very common, but it is used to eliminate health issues, to eliminate bad and malefic energies. It is also used, the horn specifically is used for protection, almost kind of like a sword. So on the very few resources that I found online, it was indicated that the unicorn was used in the sense that they would find magical horn dust from the unicorn to use it to cure all kinds of things. So not only was it a creature of power, but it was a creature of healing. But you're not going to find it too often. It's one of the less talked about animals. But I found it really interesting because my son hung one here by the door. So if you're going to look it up, just look up unicorno and look up like limpia, because the things that I found on it are to clean, to get rid of, and to protect. So this came to me through my sister as a like a Halloween cutout, and oddly enough, this is exactly what I was looking for, just in a statue form, but wasn't really able to find it. But this is perfect because it brings up a lot of mixed emotions. The black cat was often seen as a sign of bad luck, right? And people, even nowadays, they will kill a black cat because they think it's a sign of bad luck. They don't even really know why. They just associate the black cat with being evil because, well, it's black, and black is associated with evil things. But there are plenty of practitioners that feel the opposite. They feel that the black cat can change your luck. They actually feel that the black cat is a sign of good luck, and of course it depends on the culture. But with many products in Mexico, which I'll post in the video, you'll see that the black cat is used as a sign of good luck. So people will carry around black cat charms, or use black cat soaps, or black cat lotions, black cat candles, black cat claws or fur, or I've even seen tails, to be honest with you. Yeah, they're fake tails, but there are some shops that have actual severed tails from black cats. Do I know if they died humanely? I don't know. I cannot tell you. But they're used as charms, or used as basically like elements of luck and protection. Like, people will use them for gambling. They'll use that along with a horseshoe for gambling, and like a set of dice, all together in the same little baggie, and they'll carry it with them as a sign of like changing their luck around. So it's interesting. Have I ever worked with the energy of the black cat before? No, I have not. But I think that through time, the testimonies are pretty obvious that people that use a black cat charm are gamblers, or they're dealing with the element of luck a lot. Maybe people that are involved with games of high stakes, but it's like right there along with the elephant with the trunk up, or with the horseshoe. It's right there with all of that. So interesting to learn, because here in North America, we often see it as a sign of bad luck. And I guess we never really question why, or never look to other cultures to see how they see it. So yeah, that's the black cat. So another animal often overlooked is the hummingbird. You'll always see it with candles having to do with love, or with bringing back a lover, or with flirtation, or having to do usually with love. Here's a little hummingbird. Now, all of these can be utilized in your workings, however you'd like to do them, to, like I said, bring back a lover, to bring love to you, to reignite maybe a soured marriage, or to, bring someone that you already have interest in, that already has interest in you, and just kind of to seal the deal. The thing with the hummingbird is it actually has native roots. There is actually a deity in the Mexica pantheon that takes form of the hummingbird. Now, I'm not going to try to say the name because I'm going to butcher it. But yeah, technically it is what we would call in America a hummingbird god. But he was actually not just seen as having to do with love, but as having to do with war. He was a soldier. He was a fighter. He was always victorious. So it's interesting because this does have native roots, this animal in particular. So yeah, in Spanish it's called the chuparosa, and that means to suck on a rose. So yes, so if you see hummingbirds on candles, that's usually what they're for, to bring love. Next on the list is coyote. Coyote is often used for keep law away or to remain under the radar, to not be seen, to be hidden. Sometimes people will carry a coyote tooth in a little sachet bag along with other gems and herbs to keep them hidden from the law. And this is also used for people that are trying to cross the border. And the skin is pretty much used for the same thing as far as I'm aware. Any piece of it can be used for that. Some people will just buy the whole skin and put it on their altar if they're going to be using the energy of the coyote more consistently. Also, the tail is sold for the same reason, and to remain. It's more so like when you're trying to go somewhere and you want to kind of remain invisible, because the coyote is a very quick creature and is very cunning and sly. So they use the power and the essence of the coyote to remain hidden, basically. So whenever you see coyote parts in Mexican markets, or if you see a coyote candle, or if you see the incense of coyote, but it's usually coyote parts like this in with little baggies, and that's to keep a person away from prying eyes. Now there's many other creatures that hold magical purpose with Mexican brujeria, Mexican magic, but I don't have any actual live examples, so to speak, to show you as like a visual aid. But needless to say, the spider is often utilized, the scorpion, the snake, the rattlesnake, the owl, as we see right here, hawk, duck, goose, even fish. Not too often, but I've seen fish being used, the goat, the eagle. I've seen the crane, many other animals that are often utilized in this practice, and so many more that I'm unaware of. But those are just a few that I would have liked to have mentioned, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you'd like to leave any comments of other animals that you're aware of, please let me know in the comments, and maybe we can discuss it in another video. But until then, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it, and have a good rest of your day.